And this weekend marked the beginning of Florida A&M University's Homecoming Week, a tradition students missed out on last year due to COVID-19. FAMU held its coronation and coronation ball today. The ceremony honors the royal court, including crowning the year's Mr. and Mrs. FAMU. Now, students say they're excited for this week's festivities coming up.
I was going to say just all of us coming together, especially for the game.
Easy dub, easy dub.
You know, the students
having fun in the student section. That is
yeah. You can head on over to WTXL.tv for a complete list of how the Rattlers will celebrate homecoming every day this week. And it's about time to start thinking about your Christmas list. This year, a warning that earlier is better. What's stalling supplies is ahead. Plus, more talks between President Biden and Democratic senators to push the infrastructure bill forward, where lawmakers stand right now in getting the bill on the president's desk. With growing concerns over the supply chain crisis ahead of the holidays, the U.S. Postmaster General is trying to reassure Americans. Despite those efforts, Americans are likely to see more and more empty shelves in the coming months. Here's ABC's Deirdre Bolton.
Workers here at the port are now working around the clock.
Tonight, global supply chain slowdowns and labor shortages are exacerbating an ongoing crisis.
Labor supply is depressed by the pandemic. That's because of health concerns, because of child care.
These wedding dresses ordered in January finally arriving this week.
Calls are coming in every hour on the hour pertaining to shipping.
Lindsay Merlot had to reorder her wedding gown after receiving the wrong one.
Get the ring, get the dress. It meant everything in the world to have the dress that I fell in love with. One little mistake can happen and it can just really change your timeline.
It arrived with only days to spare. Delays at every link in the supply chain, keeping goods out of consumer hands.
Boats can't get into the ports because there's such a backlog. Truck drivers are also in short supply.
Most experts say order early. Inventory is lean and expect costs to creep higher from here.
This holiday shopping season is unlike anything we've seen in the past.
The Postmaster General widely criticized last year, now telling the Wall Street Journal that with more seasonal workers and warehouses, the agency is, quote, going to kill it in this unusual year. Deirdre Bolton, ABC News, New York.
President Joe Biden pushed his agenda during a Sunday breakfast meeting with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Joe Manchin. A White House official says the gathering's goal was to try to come to an agreement on a major economic and climate package. A readout of the meeting says it was a, quote, productive discussion and that progress was made. A source says the House wants to vote on the bipartisan infrastructure package within the next few days. Manchin is among the few Democrats to voice significant concern about the package.
Well, the beginning of this week will start pretty calm and quiet, but by the middle of it, we're talking some active weather. But by next weekend, just in time for Halloween, we'll see some chillier temperatures start to settle in. Let's talk about right now with your First Alert Titan radar, where we are seeing some scattered showers starting to press in from the Gulf. Moving through Wakulla County, going to head towards Tallahassee within the next half an hour, so that will continue to push northward. Overnight, we'll see these showers start to taper off. By tomorrow morning, we should be mostly dry. Temperatures stay in the 60s during the overnight, so we're talking muggy conditions. Sticky to start the week. Very warm and humid tomorrow with temperatures in the mid-80s. Seeing some sunshine and a few clouds and dry to start the day. By the afternoon, we could see an isolated shower. Now, that's thanks to a weaker cold front sweeping through the area tomorrow evening. Could prompt an isolated shower here or there. Not a huge concern. That'll give us a cooler start to the day on Tuesday. Mostly sunny conditions on Tuesday as well, with some breezy conditions as well. Using those word conditions over and over again. Let's talk about the big event, and that's a stronger storm that will be moving through during the middle of the week. First, we'll see the day on Wednesday beginning dry, but overnight into Thursday morning, that's when the action takes shape. Could see some severe storms push through, maybe some heavy downpours. Gusty winds potentially could be damaging. We really have to keep an eye on late Wednesday night, overnight into early Thursday with that strong system pushing in. Really, that's our time to watch. And then beyond that, Friday into the weekend, much nicer, less humid, pretty much no humidity, sunshine to go into the weekend. So We really have to keep an eye on that midweek period. Really overnight tonight, tomorrow, not a huge concern. Just some intermittent showers for our overnight period. And then again, tomorrow during the late day, very stray pop-up shower. Probably won't even see a storm really be produced with plenty of dry air in the upper atmosphere. So I think we'll be good as we head into tomorrow. And then Tuesday, yeah, starting the day with some patchy fog. A lot of sunshine Tuesday, a nice brief break before late Wednesday into Thursday where we see the action really take shape. Could see a couple inches of rainfall in that time period as we go into then. So yeah, tomorrow, and really not a lot of rainfall expected, more so at the coast and for North Florida, and that 7-day forecast, you'll see plenty of nice weather by next weekend. Sorry, we had to rush through the tropics there. We'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
Saturday's blowout win over UMass was the expectation Florida State head football coach Mike Norvell had in mind when his team took the field. Safe to say they delivered, and then some. It was a game on paper FSU should have won, and they all know that. But after the game, Norvell did make the point that any win will be celebrated because his priorities are all on his players.
And I'm happy for the win. Please, that's like you get an opportunity to go out there and compete, and you know when you play well enough to win. That's something to be celebrated. But you know, like I said, I want what's best for these guys. I mean, they come to Florida State because of such a wonderful place, the tradition that we represent. You know all the great things of what it is to be a Seminole. But there also comes a standard of that, of what it needs to look like, how we need to play, how we need to improve, and that's our job.
Florida State now gears up for an opportunity to improve their record to 4-4 with a 3:30 kickoff on Saturday against Clemson. Saturday was a career day for Florida A&M's Jamari Shareed, racking up 4 touchdowns that proved to be a winning formula in the Rattlers' 3-point victory over Mississippi Valley State. Shareed is a guy much like running back Bishop Bonnet, who is slowly emerging as a true weapon on the FAMU offense. And head coach Willie Simmons says that both are reaping the benefits they've worked for all season long.
Well, thank God he and Bishop Bonnet came to play. You know, again, 2 of our smallest guys in stature.